On today's episode of The Wildlife, we're taking on Mount Hood and all that comes with it. I've been told to show up with just enough gear to make it through this adventure. This wind is brutal. This is my home for the night. And all of this is happening to win more money for a charity. This is for you guys. And it's all gonna go down right now on The Wildlife. This is single-handedly the most extreme thing I have ever done in my life. And this is the view from the top of Monkey Fish. The most prehistoric fish that we can even think of right now. That is one big Dungeness crab. All over the place. That's all I can do is just hang on. This is The Wildlife.
The Wildlife is presented by Next Adventure.
All right. First things first. I'm gonna program in my coordinates so I know exactly where I'm going. I'm starting my geocache on the south side of Mount Hood, Oregon, near Aubrey-Watsek Lodge. My first checkpoint is approximately 3 miles northwest, somewhere near the Brother Bow Trailhead. During this geocache, each checkpoint I locate raises money for the Boy Scouts of America. Okay. Got my snowshoes on, got my coordinates, and got a lot of ground to cover. It's late in the day, and the weather's starting to turn on me. Let's do this. While I'm starting my journey on Mount Hood, Boy Scouts Troop Number 14 from Vancouver is holding their weekly troop meeting. The goal of Boy Scouts of America is to help young people build character by combining educational activities and lifelong values with fun.
When you're a Boy Scout, you go out every month and you go out in the snow and you can go hiking, you can go basically anywhere. It's boy-led, so you choose what you want to do.
Our troop runs on a program where the boys make all of the decisions. They plan all the outings. So the leadership qualities are amazing, and some of these boys, it takes one aha moment, and it's really amazing to see how all of a sudden they become a different person because of something they've done in scouting.
There's a lot of stuff that I've been working on through the Boy Scouts organization. My favorites have been tubing, skiing, horseback riding, shotgun shooting, all sorts of fun stuff that I wouldn't be doing if I wasn't in Scouts.
It gives them experiences that they probably wouldn't have had otherwise, outdoor experiences, outdoor training. It gives them the leadership that they normally probably wouldn't get just sitting at home. And I think more than anything, it's just the experiences. And the friendships that they build along the way are huge as well.
I've been snowshoeing for 2 hours, and I'm narrowing in on my first checkpoint. The snowfall has picked up and sundown is swiftly approaching. I'm hoping my next set of coordinates will lead to some sort of shelter for the night. 20 feet. Right here. Boom. Got it. Oh. Here's my first checkpoint. Oh, my lungs are on fire right now. You're going about 1,100 feet in elevation. So it's quite the climb, and the weather's just getting worse and worse. Snow's really starting to dump right now. Okay. Okay. Checkpoint 1. And it says, to do my duty to God and my country. And it's got my next set of coordinates on here. All right, well, we'll plug that into the GPS, but I am pushing on my last couple minutes of daylight. I've got a snow shovel here, so got a nice little sloping bank right here. It looks like we're gonna set up camp for the night. There are only 2 ingredients needed to build a snow cave: a snow shovel, and a good snowpack.
You see how this snow's all fluffy and powdery? We want to get down through that stuff into the hard pack, because that's the stuff that we're going to get those nice solid blocks out of.
I never had the pleasure of being a Boy Scout. I didn't even know that they had Boy Scouts in my area, but I feel like I'm an unofficial member of the Boy Scouts. I've always spent time in the woods. I grew up doing these outdoor adventures, and I'd like to say I would have earned a couple badges.
All right, this right here is going to be the entryway to our cave. We want to make sure that it's that arch, because obviously that's the most stable structure we can have. Once you get this right here, we're going to try and dig back into it. Then we're going to start making blocks. We're going to set these aside for later use.
Coming up on The Wildlife.
This wind is brutal. The visibility has dropped to about 10 feet. We're halfway up right now. Okay.
The Wildlife is presented by Next Adventure.
Now what we're gonna do is take these blocks that we cut out of the doorway. We're gonna start walling this back up like a brick layer. A layer here of these nice big blocks. Once we've got these big blocks in place, we're gonna sprinkle a layer of snow over the top, kind of like it's mortar, like this right here. We're gonna do that over the top, stack some more. Top, stack some more. So we've got this thing walled all the way up.
Merit badges are a big part of scouting. They're always exciting. There are always different ways that they can do them. Camping. This year we've got 2 new ones coming up, kayaking and search and rescues.
My favorite merit badge would probably be, out of all of them, personal fitness, because it gets you in shape. I have 3.5 more merit badges till I get Eagle, and I've done my Eagle project already, so soon.
Eagle Scout is the highest advancement rank in the Boy Scouts. It is achieved after earning 21 merit badges, completing a significant community service project, and passing a board review.
I think most of them realize during their Eagle process that it really is a big thing. And when they have their Eagle Court of Honors and they recount some of the things that they've learned in their interviews and in their actual ceremony, then you truly know, okay, it did sink in.
Being an Eagle Scout is a big deal. Elders, they look upon it and they say, cool, you're an Eagle Scout, that's cool, I'm proud of you.
I think every kid should have an opportunity to experience what scouting has to offer. As they grow and see all of the different things that they can do and experience some things that they normally would have never experienced.
Now I've got my crawl space. I'm going in. One rule of thumb is you never go into a snow cave without your snow shovel, because if this thing collapses, you want to have something to move your way around and dig your way out. So I'm going to send this thing in, and then I'm going to wall it up from the inside, call it a night.
A snow cave is kind of like a sanctuary. It will never get colder than the snowpack itself, so a snow cave will never drop below 34 degrees. It's always going to stay at that temperature. So the outside temperature can be -30, and inside the snow cave you can have a 60-degree differential.
Got enough room to stretch out here, lay on my bench. I'm off the deck because I've got my insulation pad underneath me. The only thing I wish I had done a little bit better was smooth out some of these bumps, because the more I breathe, the more these are going to start to melt, and then I'm going to get little drippy drips all over me. So there's no way around it. I'm going to get wet tonight. It's going to be a really long night. To any Boy Scouts watching this, this is how you get it done. Just do it a little bit better next time. All right, I'm settled in. I'm calling it a night. See you in the morning. It's been a pretty long night in this little snow cave here. Didn't really sleep a whole lot. The thing about these snow caves is, as the night goes on, the snow starts to settle a little bit more and they kind of shrink down. So as you can see, when I went to bed, I was able to stretch my feet out down onto the ground, but now it's like just huddled up into a ball. But it's morning time now, so I'm gonna climb out of my snow cave, drag my stuff out, and make my way to my next checkpoint.
Coming up on The Wildlife.
The blizzard got so bad, they shut down the entire mountain. Now I've just passed the boundary line for everything on Mount Hood. I know that my next checkpoint is about 2.5 miles away, but we gotta get there.
The Wildlife is presented by Next Adventure.
The weather conditions are horrible right now. A blizzard just rolled in. We've got 40-mile-an-hour winds, freezing temperatures, and my target is over a mile away. And I've climbed Mount Hood before, and I can tell you that this stretch up to where I have to go is the most miserable part of the climb. It's just the same incline, which seems like forever. So it's a little bit dangerous. I just want to plan my steps and get to my next target.
The overall mission of the Boy Scouts is to instill the values of the Scout Oath and Law. Briefly, the Scout Oath just has the boys focus on their country, their God, and themselves. And the Scout Law is 12 points that truly make them a model citizen if they were to follow those laws every day.
I feel like Boy Scouts makes me a better person, because if I wasn't in scouting, I think I would be a little bit more like arrogant, and I wouldn't know as much as I do, and I wouldn't be as caring for other people.
It teaches you like the virtues of life. It helps you be a good leader and helps you make friends and treat others the way you want to be treated.
The biggest thing that I believe they teach young boys is leadership ability. Some of these boys, they're shy. They barely talk, and Scouts brings them, it cracks that shell, it brings them out, then it completely changes them. It makes them a different person.
I feel like the Scouts have taught me that no matter like where you come from or who you are, that you can always become a better person no matter how kind or how great you are.
We watch them, they get more mature, they become more respectful. It really changes as they get older and experience more.
We're halfway up right now. This wind is brutal. The visibility has dropped to about 10 feet. So all I'm doing is making my way from pole to pole up the mountain. That's all I can see right now. Get to the first pole, start working to my next one. I'm checking my GPS frequently because that's basically my eye in the sky. That's the only direction I have right now. I can't see anything. All I know is distance to my target. Let's finish this thing.
Geocaching in the snow adds a whole nother element to the challenge to begin with. Geocaching in a blizzard with a whiteout takes it up one more notch. I've never had to trust my GPS to the limit that I did on this. Every single step was a step of faith because I can't see what's in front of me. I just have to know that at the end of this checkpoint, my GPS is going to take me safely to my final target. I've climbed 2 miles from my snow cave on the base of Mount Hood to the top of Palmer Glacier. It has taken several hours and I've ascended nearly 1,500 feet in elevation, all in whiteout conditions.
All right. We made it to the top of the run here. I can see Silcock Lodge right here. And I know I'm close to my target. Okay. According to this, I'm about 30 feet away from my target. Dead in front of me. So let's just go over here, see if we can find this thing, try and program it in, and get out of here, because it's getting worse. It's supposed to be here, right in this area. Here it is, right here. Let's go up on the other side of this building here. My next checkpoint says to help other people at all times. And I've got my next set of coordinates. So I'm gonna program this in as fast as I can. My GPS is actually icing up on me. So I've got to get it programmed in and stuff it back in my pocket to keep it warm.
My next set of coordinates is going to take me south and down over 2,500 feet in elevation towards Government Camp. But before I can get far in my descent, the blizzard conditions worsen.
I could have swore I just heard some honking.
And a snowcat picks me up for transport. I will be dropped off further down the mountain, but still a long distance from my next checkpoint.
The Wildlife is presented by Next Adventure.
Now I've just passed the boundary line for everything on Mount Hood. The blizzard got so bad, they shut down the entire mountain. Now originally, I was gonna downhill ski to get to my next checkpoint, but they axed that. So my only means of transportation are cross-country skiing. I know that my next checkpoint is about 2.5 miles away, and I've got to make my way through about a foot of fresh powder, but we got to get there. Here we go.
31 inches of snow have fallen in the last 24 hours, and the fresh powder is adding extra resistance by burying my skis after each step. But I'm determined to push on to my third checkpoint.
Oh my gosh. Doesn't matter how hard you work, it is so cold out here right now. The weather just keeps getting worse and worse. But I made it down here. I'm about 200 feet from my target, and I can see Government Camp right up ahead. I'm about 40 feet away. Right here. Should be right around us. Bunch of rocks. Here it is. Oh. And this checkpoint says to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. Congratulations, you have reached the end. Oh. Mwah!
I finished my adventure on Mount Hood. Now I just need to travel a few miles to Aubrey-Watsek Lodge, where I will catch up with Troop 14 while they're on their own outdoor adventure.
How you guys doing today?
Awesome!
Well, guys, being raised in the outdoors and doing all this kind of stuff has done a lot for me through my life, and I'm really fortunate to have this job and to be able to go out and do these adventures. But the most exciting part for me is that I get to come back and give an award to you guys. You guys excited about that? Yeah. So let's go on a little hike. I got something for you. Follow me. First step's a doozy. Let's do this. This is for you guys. So we're lucky enough to have Next Adventure as a sponsor. So every challenge, they give us stuff to give to you guys. This summer, the Boy Scouts are releasing a new badge for kayaking. So now you guys have the gear to get your badge this summer. Dig in, guys. It's all yours. Go take it. Giving away the kayaks to the Boy Scouts really made me feel like I'd connected with my group of people. Like I should have been a Boy Scout. They did exactly what I would have done in that situation. What Boy Scouts do. They piled on top of the kayaks and they had fun. This is the wildlife! Woo-hoo-hoo!
The Wildlife is presented by Next Adventure.